Hello, my name is Eric Hansen. I hope you're doing well. I'm saying hello to you today from the sunny climes of Santa Barbara, California. It's October 26th, and we're quickly approaching the midterm elections of 2018. And let me tell you, the whole country is awash. Every township, every little hamlet is abuzz with excitement about voting. People can't wait to get into the ballot box or to the little booth, maybe not into the actual physical box itself, but into the booth, believe me. Pull on the little lever, fill in the little scantron, put up a little hand to say yay or nay. And this year, this election, myself, I'm voting for honesty and forgiveness. And I hope you've been thinking about how you're going to vote. I'm sure you have. You know, we all want to do our best with the information that we have and express our values and our virtues. And it's never easy, you know. I know for myself throughout my life, you research, it's difficult, you never know, what is exactly how to do this? Is this going to be the best thing at this time? How am I going to do it? You do your research, you check out the League of Women Voters, you check out your favorite candidate's website, you go to fact-checking websites, and it's very difficult to negotiate. I know, I've been there myself. I think it's very important to register to vote and get out there and let your voice be heard. And in my time of voting, I've voted for 4 different political parties, and over time, of course, we grow and we change and we may think differently about subjects. And it's a very exciting adventure, I think. A process of growing and learning. And that's reflected in how we vote. So, as for myself in the last several years, um, I stumbled upon some information that forever changed the way I approach um, politics and my position or my stance in civic discourse. For myself, I found that the Joshua Beale shooting in Chicago was faked. There was not a traffic argument which resulted in a gunfight between an off-duty officer and Joshua Beale. I found out the officers Ramos and Liu were not shot in New York as they sat in their car. I found that during the events of 9/11, no airplanes were involved in Shanksville, the Pentagon, or in the World Trade Center. No airplane crashes at all. As you can imagine, the implications of these findings affected me and affected the way I vote. I think for me more interesting than those subjects even, because it's very interesting, of course, to research these things and learn all the details. Pardon me. But even more interesting and important, I believe, is how to then live an ethical life and express your highest values knowing those things. And I think that is where more of the conversation I hope to grow is around. So, because of that, I was sitting here thinking, well, I know no one died at Sandy Hook, as an example. So how do I vote? Then was born the idea of voting is right on. Voting is right on. Let me tell you. So, what does that mean? What does voting is right on mean? Well, I'm sorry, I apologize in advance. This is going to be backwards. You can take this to a mirror somewhere and read it if it's difficult here. So this is my ballot. This is my mail-in ballot. You got to make sure to correctly, file these. Mail it by the appropriate date so that it says, I choose honesty and forgiveness. All right. On the back, I wrote in pen, very legibly. I'm a left-handed person. I don't have the best handwriting in the world, though I really slowed down here. So I wrote on the back, I have learned that no airplanes crashed in the events of 9/11. But that was just the beginning. It turns out that much of our history and current events follow the pattern of 9/11 being complete fictions. I, in good conscience, cannot vote as I feel that voting may signal my consent to government. Education is continuing to expand on these issues, and I am very thankful that each day more individuals, that's you, are seeking the best evidence to fact-check their history. As a compassionate pacifist, I choose forgiveness and patient, honest communication. So, why did I write it that way? Well, I feel, and this is just my opinion, that much of the discourse around 9/11 truth and the encouragement of people to say, research the moon landings, research 9/11, is in that the very important movement, interior movement of the heart, of forgiveness has been overlooked. I feel that as we find that there's a lot of deception within culture, within all human cultures, and the best thing for us to do as individuals and as a culture to simply move on and move away from this involves forgiving, not laying blame, not pointing fingers, not looking for accountability and punishment, addressing, there's been some boo-boos. We can do this. We can move forward. So what are the benefits of the voting is right on? Or, hey, let's make this go viral. Hashtag voting is right on, right? So what are the benefits? It, to me, is a form of nonviolent protest. It's a pacifist's response to great corruption found within our government and deception within our media. It's a form of education. Now, I hope that when I turn this in and they put through the little Scantron reader, it will not be accepted. Something will happen that some human's eyes will have to go across this ballot, read it, and it may affect them to say, why would someone do this? Wow, there's no typos in this. Someone who knew how to spell decided to do this. Why is that? It expresses my voice, but in no way can my consent or participation with government be interpreted from this, I believe. So I came up with an idea about a coworker's birthday. Now this is convoluted. I know this is a silly example, but stay with me. Imagine at your workplace, your coworker is having a birthday, and they're going to meet in the break room. And everyone brought in presents for Dave or Colleen or whoever's having their birthday. And you go out to the water fountain, and then in the hallway you find a group of people discussing how they're going to go into the break room and they're going to steal all the presents. They're going to scream at people. They're going to accuse the Muslim from accounting of murdering people, and they're going to throw fake blood around. They're going to really scare people. And they will never tell the truth about this. They're going to take all the presents, really scare Dave, ruin his birthday, and they're never going to tell him the truth. Now, would you stand there in the hallway and say, well, guys, let's just steal 10% of the presents. Let's not blame it on anybody from accounting. I would just say, could we please? No. I think that you would probably say, this is insane, you guys, don't do this. You'd go into the break room and say, look, guys, we got to lock the door and keep these people out and have a nice party amongst yourselves. Blow out the candles, have a good, normal, human time amongst each other. That is what I feel that this is doing. It's not trying to say, hey, let's piecemeal negotiate and, put forward my best effort here in the hallway with people that want to scare people and lie. Let's educate. Let's do our own thing apart from that. So let your voice be heard. Register to vote if you're not already. Encourage other people to get out there. If you're going to mail in your ballot, make sure it's in on time. If you're going to go to the voting location, bring a big black marker to write on your ballot. Express yourself. If anyone asks what you're doing, let them know. Voting is right on. Use your creativity. Express yourself. The way forward here is going to be through honesty and forgiveness, art, humor, whatever best expresses yourself. I'm thankful for you, and I'm appreciative of where I see things going. It's a really awesome time to be alive and see what's occurring around us. And hey, thanks for sticking with me for all these 11 minutes. Take care, and thank you again.